hills and whispering willows lay the village of Eldoria. A ribbon of crystal clear water, the Aria river, danced through its heart. Laughter echoed through the cobblestone streets, mingling with the sweet melodies of birdsong. It was a place where time moved slowly, a place where life was simple and hearts were pure. The scent of freshly baked bread wafted from the bakery, its aroma so inviting it could tempt even the most disciplined soul. Children with eyes bright with mischief chased each other through the marketplace, their joyous squeals a symphony of childhood. Eldoria was a sanctuary, a haven of peace and tranquility. Aria, with her cascade of raven hair and eyes that shimmered like amethysts, was a child of Eldoria. Her laughter was as bright as the morning sun, her spirit as free as the wind that danced through the meadows. She was loved by all, a shining thread in the vibrant tapestry of their village life.
Every morning I awake to the gentle rhythm of the old windmill, its sails creaking a familiar lullaby. Here at my father's side, I learned the art of grinding wheat, my days filled with the comforting scent of grain and the gentle hum of industry. Yet, beneath the surface of my content smile, a quiet yearning stirs.
Days melted into weeks into months, and still Aria felt the subtle tug of discontent. The seasons changed, painting the landscape in hues of green, gold, and white, yet her heart remained untouched by the beauty that surrounded her. Each day felt like a repetition of the last, a cycle that seemed unbreakable. She loved her village, cherished her family, yet a part of her yearned for something more. The laughter of children, the warmth of her mother's embrace, the familiar faces of her neighbors, all these were dear to her, but they couldn't quell the growing restlessness within. She often found herself lost in thought, wondering what lay beyond the horizon. The world, she knew, stretched far beyond the protective embrace of the hills, a vast and unknown expanse beckoning her spirit to explore. She imagined distant lands with towering mountains, endless deserts, and bustling cities filled with people from all walks of life. The thought of these places filled her with a sense of wonder and excitement, a stark contrast to the monotony of her daily life.
At night, under a canopy of twinkling stars, I lose myself in tales whispered by weary travelers. Their stories are like windows to another world, filled with adventures and mysteries that ignite my imagination. I sit by the campfire, listening intently as they recount their journeys, each tale more captivating than the last. Stories of faraway lands, of mythical creatures and daring adventures spark a fire in my soul, a longing for a life less ordinary. I pore over ancient maps and adventure books, tracing routes with my fingers and dreaming of the day I might set out on my own journey. The illustrations of mythical creatures and brave adventurers fill me with a sense of purpose, a desire to seek out the unknown and carve my own path. The rhythm of the mill, once a comforting constant, now seems to echo the beat of my restless heart. The steady turning of the mill wheel, which once brought me peace, now feels like a reminder of the life I long to escape. I watch the water flow and the wheel turn, and I can't help but feel that my destiny lies elsewhere, beyond the confines of this village. The mill's rhythm is no longer just the heartbeat of the village. It has become the pulse of my own restless spirit, urging me to break free and explore the world that awaits.
One night, as the moon cast long, dancing shadows across her room, Aria was visited by a dream unlike any other.
Seek the Crimson Mountains, for there your destiny awaits.
A phoenix, wreathed in flames the color of 1,000 sunsets, soared across a sky ablaze with stars. Its cry, a melody of power and grace, resonated deep within her soul. The phoenix descended, its fiery gaze locking with hers. Aria felt a surge of energy, a warmth that spread through her veins like liquid fire. Then the majestic creature spoke, its voice a whisper of wind chimes and crackling flames.
Seek the Crimson Mountains, for there your destiny awaits.
Aria awoke with a gasp, the dream lingering like the scent of smoke in the air. The phoenix, its message, felt as real as the morning light streaming through her window.
I know what I have to do.
A seed of courage planted in the fertile ground of her heart began to sprout. She knew what she had to do. The call to adventure, once a whisper, now resonated with the force of a storm within her. The familiar comfort of Eldoria, the rhythm of the mill, suddenly felt stifling. She yearned to answer the phoenix call, to embrace the unknown and discover her own path. The decision to leave was not easy. Aria had spent countless nights lying awake, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. The comfort of her home, the warmth of her family, and the familiarity of her village were all she had ever known. Yet deep within her, there was a yearning for something more, a call to explore the world beyond the hills of Eldoria. Tears were shed, promises exchanged. Friends and family gathered around her, their faces a blend of sorrow and hope. They knew this day would come, but it didn't make the farewell any easier. Each hug, each tear, each whispered promise to stay in touch was a testament to the bonds that had been forged over the years.
Be safe, my dear. Remember, we are always with you. Her mother's voice trembled with emotion, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Her father, usually stoic, couldn't hide the quiver in his voice as he added, "And don't forget to write. We want to hear all about your adventures."
Follow your heart, Aria. It will lead you true. Her father's words echoed in her mind, a beacon of guidance as she faced the unknown. They had always encouraged her to be true to herself, to listen to the quiet whispers of her heart. And now, more than ever, she needed that wisdom.
Her parents, though their hearts ached at the thought of their daughter venturing into the unknown, recognized the fire in her eyes. They had seen that same fire in their own reflections many years ago, a burning desire to carve out their own paths and make their own stories. The yearning they themselves had felt in their youth. They reminisced about their own adventures, the dreams they had chased, and the lessons they had learned. It was a bittersweet moment, knowing that their little girl was now ready to embark on her own journey. The villagers gathered, their faces etched with a mixture of sadness and pride, as Aria, her heart brimming with a bittersweet mix of trepidation and excitement, prepared to depart. They had watched her grow from a curious child into a determined young woman, and now they stood as witnesses to her first steps into a larger world. With a final wave and a promise to return, she turned her back on the familiar comfort of Eldoria and stepped onto the path that led beyond the hills. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and opportunities, but Aria felt a sense of purpose and determination. She knew that this was just the beginning of her story, a story that would be filled with adventures, discoveries, and the pursuit of her dreams. As she journeyed further from home, the sun began to rise, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. The first light of dawn brought with it a sense of renewal, a promise of new beginnings. Each ray of sunlight seemed to whisper secrets of the day ahead, filling the air with a quiet anticipation. Aria, her gaze fixed on the horizon, felt a surge of hope. The warmth of the sun's embrace was like a gentle reminder that she was not alone. The world was waking up with her, sharing in her journey. She took a deep breath, letting the crisp morning air fill her lungs, and felt a sense of peace wash over her. The unknown stretched before her, a tapestry of possibilities waiting to be woven. Each step she took was a step into the vast expanse of her future, a future that was hers to shape. The mist that clung to the fields seemed to part just for her, revealing the path she was meant to take.
I am ready. Whatever lies ahead, I am ready. The words echoed in her mind, a mantra of strength and determination. She had faced challenges before, and she knew she would face them again. But this time she felt different. This time she felt prepared.
The dream, the phoenix, the call to adventure, it all felt as real and as vital as the air she breathed. Every night, the same vision visited her, urging her to take the leap, to embrace her destiny. And now, as she stood on the brink of a new day, she knew it was time to answer that call. With each step, a newfound strength bloomed within her. The forest around her was alive with the sounds of nature, a symphony of life that seemed to cheer her on. The path was not always clear, but she trusted her instincts, knowing that they would guide her true. She didn't know what lay ahead, what trials she might face, but she was ready. The mountains in the distance stood as silent sentinels, watching over her journey. They were a reminder of the challenges that lay ahead, but also of the strength she carried within her. Aria, the miller's daughter, was ready to embrace her destiny. She had grown up by the river, its constant flow, a symbol of life's ever-changing nature. Now she was ready to step into the current and let it carry her to her true purpose. The path of the phoenix lay before her, and she would follow it, come what may. The glowing lights that lined the path seemed to beckon her forward, promising adventure and discovery. With a heart full of courage and a spirit ready to soar, Aria took her first step towards the dawn, ready to face whatever the future held.